everybody, it's Dusty Sage here at Disneyland. I'm actually at the Autopia, and you're about to go for a ride with Eric and I on the current gas-fueled version of Autopia, and we'll talk about why in just a minute. Hello, Ando. So we're just waiting for our car to roll into the station, and here they come now. Ando is not with us today, but he did give us the idea of starting on Autopia. Eric, are you ready to ride? You haven't been on this ride since you were a kid.
Yeah, and I'm a terrible driver.
And he's a terrible, terrible driver, everyone. But this is one ride where I am willing to let him drive because it's on a rail. So I think we'll be safe. Ugh. That's the sound of an old man trying to get into Autopia. So there's one seatbelt for the two of us, Eric. You sound like a Scooby-Doo character. There we go. Eric's driving, everyone. Eric's driving. Andra said it can be unrailed too, and I think we are about to find out because Eric's hitting one side of the rail after the other. No, you're doing okay, Eric. You're doing just fine. Just remember, the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. Don't drive crazy. Barbara says be careful. There's no bumping on the Autopia. You get in big trouble. And I have a feeling the big changes that are coming to Autopia aren't all about just the electrification, although that is clearly what is spurring this. Disneyland searching to make the resort as carbon net neutral as they can, net zero. And they would need to electrify the Autopia. But the other side effect is the revised vehicles would likely have sensors built into the bumpers so that you can't really bump because you can just turn the electric motor off and keep the cars from hitting each other. Look at this, we're going off-road. It is a very fun ride for younger kids. My little nephew Alistair, this was one of his first rides ever at Disneyland. He still remembers riding the Autopia. I hear the monorail. There she goes.
It would be nice to not have all the gas.
Yeah, you really smell the gas fumes.
It's the poor cast members. They must go home smelling gas.
Steve, they won't be full self-driving. So you'll still be driving it and steering wheel and everything. The one thing you won't be able to do is hit another vehicle or a human being on the track like a cast member. So from a legal point of view, it'll be a lot safer. And of course, all the cast members standing in these fumes all day long won't have to do that anymore. A little bit of traffic here on the Autopia today. LA traffic. Yeah. Sponsored by Honda. I think that sponsorship is coming to an end soon.
Maybe it'll be Tesla, no.
Maybe. Or another electrified car company. Really get a sense for how the monorail snakes through this area because we've seen it now 3 times. This is a great track. When I was a kid, there were separate tracks for Tomorrowland and Fantasyland. For a while there was a third one they called the Midget Autopia for even younger kids. they combined the track for the Fantasyland and Tomorrowland to make a longer course that they also made a lot greener, planted all of these trees and bushes. So it's a lot prettier than it used to be when it was just concrete. But there was a time there when the idea of driving on the freeway was very futuristic. Now it's sort of a nightmare. I have to show you all how scared Eric is. Wow. Ah! This is the wildest ride in the wilderness. Woo! Set the line up right here, Eric. You can do it. You did it. All right. I'm going to let you grab the seatbelt there. Button. All right. Here we go. Me trying to stand up. Woo! I did it. You got your backpack? Yes, and we survived. We started just a little bit early on the live today because I wanted to go live just as we were boarding the vehicle. So if you missed the beginning part of the video and you really want to see every last second of that wild ride, at the end of this video, you'll be able to go back and watch the whole video again from the beginning, which brings us to a great point. If you enjoy these MiceChat Live videos, we really appreciate you liking, sharing, commenting. It makes a huge difference, and be sure to subscribe to our channels. Look at this view here. Nice view of the Splatterhorn. There's that beautiful space age load building. It does have a corporate lounge in there for Honda inside the round portion of the building. And there are 3 of these very popular all of the sudden photo booths. For the longest time, these photo booths, these look like driver's licenses. They also have now 2 of them. They added an extra one this week at the Star Wars shop in downtown Disney. A few other locations. Disneyland Hotel has one. They tend to add them to the after hours parties, the Disneyland After Dark. And they've become very popular. Of course, kids were loving photo booths way back in the 50s. And they've rediscovered them all of a sudden. So see long lines everywhere where they have a photo booth at the Disneyland Resort. Eric is commenting while he's walking with me. He's reminding you all that I am giving tours of Walt Disney's mansion in the Hollywood Hills. This weekend's tours are fully sold out, but in 2 weeks we have another 2 tours, and there's a tiny bit of availability left in that. Just search Disney Mansion Ticket Spice, and it'll come right up because our ticketing system is on Ticket Spice. Eric, I think we need to visit a galaxy far, far away. And I didn't go the right direction to mention it, but I have his picture in the cover image on this video. Just before we went on the Autopia, we stopped into the Star Wars launch bay and visited a certain someone who was just booted out of Galaxy's Edge. And that certain someone is Kylo Ren.
Very scary.
Darth Vader stole his spot in Galaxy's Edge, and so they moved Kylo to Star Wars Launch Bay. If you have a Disney Visa card, you just show them your Visa. You can go inside the old launch bay, and way back where Darth Vader used to do his meet and greet, Kylo Ren now does his meet and greet. He's very spooky in a way, very intimidating up close. You were scared.
I'm so scared.
You're still scared?
He's very intimidating.
Traumatized. I made you see Kylo Ren and then drive.
What are you putting me through today?
It's a lot. But you've earned a Coca-Cola, so after the live, you can have a stiff Coke. At least I'm not making you ride Matterhorn. Then you'd need a chiropractor.
Yeah.
We do need photos of this, Eric, if you don't mind, but there's a new little building that has gone up very quickly next to Edelweiss Snacks. That was sort of a shade structure before. There was an art corner kind of thing there for a while, and they've done various other things, a seating area at times. Not entirely sure what they're using this one for, but it does look like it might be an open structure. Pretty. It's also approximately where guest relations had their little kiosk to help disabled guests. But that's a substantial building there. Look at how nice that is. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the architecture. You can see major beams, arched. It doesn't exactly match the look of the Edelweiss Snacks next door, so I'm wondering, once they put the shingles on top, if they will find a way to tie the look of these two buildings together. Go up above here, they still have the seating area, the old motorboat cruise dock closed. We won't be able to see in because the scrims are very high, but you never know. Just a little bit in there right now. We'll peek over and look at that building. Yeah, you're going to be able to see straight through. So that's going to be an open building, and you can see that the back portion there sticks way out on the back to provide a little extra shade. So this may just be a seating area. They have been building them. They built one in Cars Land. They've also built one just behind Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. I zoomed out so you'd be able to see the monorail. See, I'm always thinking about you all. That's my favorite monorail right now. I call that monorail beautiful. That little structure went up fast there once they were done with the concrete foundation. All right, Eric, are you ready to go to a galaxy far, far, not so far away? It's been a week since Galaxy's Edge started offering OG characters, Luke, Leia, Han, Darth Vader, and also added that beautiful John Williams music to the land. They had some sound level issues that first few days because they had never really been able to test the land with guests in it. In some areas it was a little too loud, some areas it was a little too quiet. Curious to see how it all looks and sounds now. Also, how busy it'll be. And I'll tell you this, just heading in. When we stopped by the wait time board on the way into the park, it looked like Rise of the Resistance and Millennium Falcon both had 45-minute waits. So I'm curious what it'll be now. But 45-minute wait is not a long wait for a land that last week was so crowded that it looked like this. Now this has got to be the busiest place in the Disneyland Resort right now. This little pathway of Fantasyland. Look how crowded that is. But the park itself is not all that busy right now, folks. They had waits under an hour for Big Thunder and Indy. Jungle Cruise had about a 10-minute wait not too long ago. One of my favorite things in the park right here. Monstro's about to get himself some dinner. Unsuspecting tourists make a delicious snack. How closely those two boats were next to each other, one behind the other there. Bumper boats. You haven't been yet, Eric, but in Disneyland Paris, they've got a version of Storybook Land, but all the boats are connected to each other in an underground belt. So they just keep going, and you load on a turning platform. And it allows for very efficient load and unload. But if you don't walk fast enough and get in your boat in time, you could just end up in the water.
I want to go so badly.
We'll go. I love Disneyland Paris. I need to see the changes with the new world of Frozen and the Lion King construction. One last look at Fantasyland before we head down the Forest Primeval to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And along the way, some of my favorite gardens, although they're not planted with the most exciting things right now, but there are some yellow daisies that look sort of like sunflowers with the white roses behind. How cute would it be if they had a Queen of Hearts figure in the back with her cards painting some of the roses red? Now, how many of you are triggered when you see the tight confines of Fantasyland with people trying to push strollers through? It's a little triggering, but the whole resort has not necessarily been this busy. We walked through California Adventure earlier. Buena Vista Street was busy, but the rest of the park felt very manageable. Wait times were reasonable there. Disneyland, same thing. Main Street, most of the areas were fine, but then we hit Fantasyland and it was wild. It's a little bit of a mixed bag. But spring break is over. This is the off season, or what some people call the shoulder season. And it won't be long now before the kiddos are out of school and we're back into busy season. Although I have to say, many of you already know this, summer is not what it used to be, because ticket prices are so high in the summer that people have been deferring their visits to less expensive times of the year. And that means summers, though expensive, can be much more enjoyable. They're also a lot hotter than they used to be. It's been a hot spring. We were just talking, even though today's just in the mid 70s, it's pretty warm for this time of year.
It feels warm.
Yeah. All right, let's take that stagecoach right on in to Batuu. Look at a little bit, we'll hear it when we get inside the tunnel here, but as we enter, you're gonna see Grogu, a deal on R2-D2 there at 30% off. Love this little guy. And then you'll start hearing the music. That is cute, Eric.
Very cute.
I can see you wearing that, or this Mandalorian, green Mandalorian shirt would look cute on you. Nice. What do you think about this Endor
Very
Forest Moon
I like the
jersey?
Endor stuff. I like the Endor.
All right, you ready? Here we go. Star Wars. Hear that music, and the hair on my arms is up. Like, I've got that chicken skin thing going on. Throughout the land, although they're playing the Star Wars music everywhere now, you can still hear the ships and the creatures and the birds and all of that stuff, and the turbines, like all of that stuff they built in that they're so proud of is still there. It's still layered into the background sounds of the land. Star Wars nights have been very popular. They finally sold them all out. Our Samantha Davis Friedman has been tracking all of the different Disneyland After Dark events and their ticket sales. Not all of the events have been selling well this year, but they did sell out all of the Sweetheart nights, and they eventually sold out all of the Star Wars nights. The Disneyland 70th event didn't sell so well. A little bit of trouble with the Disney Channel nights, and they still have tickets available for Pride nights. That's my favorite of the events because they do fireworks and a little parade. Lots of colorful costumes and fun food. They just put a lot of effort into it. Oga's Cantina, lots of fun to go to. Of course, DJ Rex is spinning some of his favorite tunes there. A lot of Star Wars music woven into that experience, but they did not change it. For now, at least, it's the same as it was before. Lots of people over here, so. I see Han Solo and a Wookiee. There they are over there. I'll kind of get on the fence over here so we don't get in everybody's way. A lot easier than last week when we were here and the railing was filled with people all the way around. But they periodically come over here when the steam comes out of the ship and kind of gives them an excuse to get away from people and move their location. There they are. Londo, I'm getting used to this Han Solo. I think the issue for me isn't so much the casting as it is the way they're doing their hair and costumes. If they were using more iconic costumes instead of trying to still have all the characters be in the same period, it would be easier. If Leia was in the white robes with the honey bun hairdo, you would know. If Luke was in his white tunic from the first movie he was in, that would be easier to figure out. Even the same for Han Solo, although he's the closest of all of them. And their hairdos don't look quite right. I remember Luke as being a sandy blonde, like a light brown or a dark blonde look with shaggy. Both of them had shaggy hair in that first movie, A New Hope, and now they've got more wig style hairdos. While I could stand here all day reminiscing over the gajillion times that I saw Star Wars, literally spent an entire summer seeing Star Wars all day long every day. I'm not going to do that to you all, but it means a lot to me that these characters are here, perfect or not, because I know that eventually they're going to hear everybody's comments and they're going to make changes. They made these changes because of our comments, not just my comments, folks, your comments. People have been saying, where's the music? Where are the characters I love? And they finally listened and did it. And they have to get credit for that. And if all we do is complain that the characters that we've been asking for don't look right, they're gonna think they made a mistake. So I'm trying to be very constructive here. Chewie's the most busy character in the land right now, because he fits in so many of the different timelines. So you'll see Chewie with Luke and Leia and Rey. Luke also shows up with R2-D2. Then you'll see Chewie with Rey and those characters, so Chewie can be just about anywhere. Last week when we showed you Docking Bay, there was a line stretched all the way around the building, and today, not so much. You walk right inside now.
Is it that song? We had the song.
Oh, sorry about that, folks. Changed things up at Doc Ondar's just a little bit. We showed you last week, not worth going back in there now, but a few new props inside and some new merchandise. I think they do need to address the music loops that they're playing throughout. We're hearing the title sequence music right now, but we also heard that in the entry tunnel. I feel like they can be a little more diverse than that. The different areas playing more distinctly appropriate music for those areas. But it's still great. It still means something. You know you're in Star Wars land when you hear that music. I'm gonna betcha that they're going to be selling more merchandise and food and critters and things now than they ever have, because people are feeling more connected to the story, and that makes you want to buy stuff. For example, I really need one of these little fellers. He can fix anything for you. You'll see him in the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and the Imagineers even made an animatronic version of him that rides around on those little walk-around droids that they had in the land last year. So I'm hoping that we see him in the land, maybe even for the premiere of the film Buzz. Did you see anything you absolutely needed to buy, Eric? You need a little Jedi? You could be like one of those little Jedi kids that Anakin killed.
I like the new Endor stuff.
It's cute.
Yeah. The fatty bag is.
My favorite Jack is on the chat right now, and she agrees that they did a really good job, but they need to make some changes. Here's Ray over here with a youngling. Look how pretty Ray is. There are some rumors, folks. I won't say it too loud, but some rumors that Ray's position may be on the chopping block here as they focus on bringing more of the popular OG characters. And imagine them bringing characters like Lando and maybe even some more of the creatures, which I think would be great because you'll instantly know who all the creatures are. We'll check out what the wait times look like and exit the land over here by Hungry Bear. Walk through the west side of the park and head towards Main Street before making our way out. Not a lot of construction in the park. We saw the bulk of it over there by Edelweiss Snacks. Did you know that Disney, through the Fox merger, owns the Sound of Music? Is it possible that one day we could be hearing Climb Every Mountain on our journey to the Matterhorn? It's possible. 60 minutes. Not too bad for Rise of the Resistance. 1 hour. And a lot of the guests are waiting outside in the standby line. Disneyland, still 60 minutes with the standby that long. Not as many guests have a lightning lane booked for this. So this is an extra cost lightning lane. So the two versions of lightning lane, the one with a bunch of rides bundled in, and then the one where you pay for the rides individually. And this is one of the ones where you pay individually. Locals don't pay as much for that. You'll generally see that line, the lightning lanes really impacted when there are a lot of tourists in town. So we're between touristy seasons and they're a little more local influenced right now in the park. That's also when they start scaling back on things, fewer characters, fewer shows, because what do they care what the locals think? They've already got your money.
I want to say hi to Barbara.
Want to say hi to Barbara?
Hi, Barbara. Thank you so much for sending me that cute message.
Oh, you got a cute message from Barbara?
Yeah, we met at a Gumball Rally.
You got a new bestie.
Yes.
Eric, over here on the right, there's a little green patch. And somebody wrote me a couple of weeks ago and sent a photo and asked me if I knew what this was, and I do. There's even a sign there. This is a dog relief area.
Yes.
So if you just can't make it to the restroom, there's a lawn there for you.
Or Tauntaun.
for your tauntaun. Yeah, Michael Disney owns Rocky Horror, and what's funny about that is years ago during Halloween Horror Nights, Universal did a Rocky Horror sing-along, and it was one of the best things they ever did for Horror Nights. I can't imagine Disney also doing the same, but oh, how I would love that. Do that time warp again. Were you a Rocky Horror person, Eric?
Yes, very much.
Michael Martinez is sending us greetings from Long Beach, which is our new home. We recently moved from the desert to the ocean to get a little closer to Disneyland, and my duties over at the Walt Disney Storybook Mansion up in the Hollywood Hills. So it's been a lot easier, and the weather's a lot better. I do miss the desert, but loving Long Beach, and there's so much for us to check out there. The Queen Mary, the Long Beach Aquarium, lots of historic houses and places and things to do.
Lots of homes from movies.
One of the houses from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and 65 minutes right now for Tiana's. Earlier today it was down to 10 minutes for a period of time. Now it's over an hour. So times really ebb and flow. And just like people will follow their freeway maps that send them on the streets that are least busy only to find that they've suddenly become busy because it sent everyone there, Disneyland app kind of has that impact on people too. So they'll see that a wait time is low and everyone will rush there, and then it gets long.
Tom Frazier says, check out the new trash cans in the dining area. They just put them in the park today.
Oh. New trash cans in the dining areas where? Just in Galaxy's Edge or all over? They do occasionally switch up the trash cans to add more recycling options. During Earth Month, they had trash cans with 4 different areas. And that sounds amazing, except the guests don't care. They'll just dump their food wherever they can.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's true.
There he is. Okay, perfect.
This is the Columbia. Beautiful ship.
Yeah, well, this is
Justin Dorval wants
the
me
general
to
manager
teach
Mitch
you.
as well.
Oh,
we both
my
kind of
goodness.
wanted to try and make sure that we could answer your questions and understand a little bit more about the project.
They've added a few details here in recent years. They extended the seating area, this dock area. They call it Pelican Landing now, but they added these new historical plaques over here near the ships, so you'll know a little bit more about the history of each of the ships here in Fowler's Harbor and around the rivers of America. Hello, hello, how are you?
Oh, fine, how are you guys?
Good. Did you discover anything fun and new?
Small World looks really great because it's just been painted.
Yes, you rode Small World. Smart. It's a nice rest.
Yes.
Let's take a nap.
No, we were too busy looking at all the new stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was good.
It's very
Good.
cute.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see you guys. It's one of my favorite Imagineers right back there. There's Chuck Kersley.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good.
I have been all over the world with these two. We've probably been on more than a dozen cruises together over the years.
Yeah.
We've been to Alaska and through the Panama Canal. We were recently on the Disney Destiny.
Yes.
Your biggest thing I think you ever built was American Adventure, the
Well, I worked on 7 of the rides at Epcot.
7 of the rides at Epcot. So you really built Epcot
Well-
with your own 2 hands.
I don't think so.
Well, that's the way I tell the story. So go with it.
I worked on the computers. That's
There you
a small part of it.
There's the Bruder computer review. Do you remember that?
Yes. In fact, we had a computer in that area.
Yeah. And in the early days, they wanted people to think that that computer was really running the whole park, and was it?
Well, our computer was running some of the rides. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
From that location?
Well, it was sending information to the other computer.
They had a little Pepper's Ghost kind of character that would jump around from computer to computer.
Well, I would walk in the room and kind of talk.
I love it. So good to see you both.
You too.
Have fun.
All right. See ya.
The Kersleys, some good buddies of ours. And Chuck was a longtime Imagineer, worked on Epcot and Tokyo Disneyland, and now we cruise all over the world with them and go on trips through our fairy godmother, Teresa Corey from Fairy Godmother Travel. And if you are interested in joining us, and likely the Kersleys as well, on an epic adventure, we are going to take a cruise, 2 of them back to back, a Pacific Coast repositioning cruise from San Diego to Vancouver. And I love that. The Port of San Diego is fantastic. And we will plan something special in San Diego for the day before the cruise. So you'll come down, we'll do something fun in San Diego. Then we take the boat all the way up to Vancouver. And then later that day, we head off to Alaska on the second cruise. So back-to-back cruises, one up the Pacific coast and the second one up to Alaska. If you want to do both of them and stay in your same stateroom, you can. Or you can pick one or the other. Some people are just doing the Pacific coast because it's a very affordable repositioning cruise with no stops. And the other one is the trip to Alaska, a little more expensive, but a lot more to do. Some people are doing just that, but a lot of people, a shocking number, are going to do both, including us.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I'm super
You've Never
excited.
been to Alaska.
I had not been to Alaska.
I'm really going to have to keep a leash on you because I think those polar bears are going to take one look at you and they're going to want to eat you.
Oh my God.
Well, it could happen. Over here, Eric, you'll see that river is got a dry spot there between us and the Mark Twain. You see that spot there, folks, in front of the ship? They have drained it so they can work on the fountains for Fantasmic. One grape girl says that the Alaska cruise sounds wonderful. That's because it is wonderful. I've done a few Alaska cruises now. Wonderful experience, true wilderness. You really get a sense of the frontier. You know, it feels like an icy version of Frontierland. We'll be doing the cruise in May, so it'll be still a little bit chilly. There might still be likely still be snow on the ground. If there's enough snow, you can sled dog race. The little towns are incredible. You get to see glaciers. And because I do like an adventure, I always bring my hiking boots and do at least 1 or 2 excursions that allows me to get out into nature and see the bald eagles and the sled dogs, and it's pretty special. So I'm excited for you to see that. Go to Sitka and Juneau and all the incredible places, Eric.
I can't wait. I'm already trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear.
Yes. So if you'd like to join us, contact Teresa at fairygodmothertravel.com. It's Teresa at fairygodmothertravel.com. She may even be on the live right now, and she will help you out with your cruise. And she says right now, eagles and orcas, oh my. And we saw both of those things on our last Alaska trip. Teresa was wearing a hat with braids, so we called her Terelsa. Pirates of the Caribbean is closed right now. Refurbishment, they've also closed the Blue Bayou. The Blue Bayou is likely to reopen before Pirates is done with its refurbishment. If you grab me a picture of that, I appreciate it. But here's my tip, folks. If you find that reservations are available for Blue Bayou, but Pirates isn't open, don't book it, because they'll have a big wall up between the restaurant and the river. So you're really paying too much money for food that is just so-so, when normally you're paying for a view that you won't be able to see. We love you, Teresa. Can't wait for our journey next year. We had the best time on the Disney Destiny, didn't we? Too many drinks in that haunted mansion parlor. The special tiki mugs and trips to Florida for many of you before and after. We won't have any trips to Disney World before or after the Alaska cruise, but you know what? For those of you who want, maybe we'll plan something at Disneyland for those coming in from out of town for 2 days before the trip, and then the day before we'll do something fun in San Diego, and then we'll have our wonderful cruise. So I'll make it worth your while for those of you who want to come in from out of town and join us at Disneyland before our Pacific Coast repositioning. Look at the number of people up there on the second floor of Jungle Cruise. That one had a very short wait earlier. It clearly has picked up. 20-minute wait right now. So they're using ropes to hold the shutters open. Sort of feels like how we have our house rigged up right now. Sorry, Tom, I missed your message. I missed the little man, but we did visit him over St. Patrick's Day. See his dwellings. Look. And Disney's been growing its cruise ship fleet so quickly. Ando was saying that he liked the Destiny, but he got better service on the Treasure. They've been opening a new ship or launching a new ship every year now since the Wish, and that's really hard on staffing. So they staff up, and then they take their best people and send them off to open the new ship, and then they have to retrain people on the old ship, but they don't have enough of the new people for the new ship. And then just as everyone is settling in, they launch another ship. And we have another one launching next year. Plus, they have all those people they sent off to the adventure ship in Asia. So there are a lot of ships, and then Oriental Land Company is also building new ships. Doesn't a Dole Whip sound great right now?
I want a Dole Whip.
Now, Eric, we may have time here to make it all the way over to downtown Disney to see the Porto's construction. But before we go, let's just pan around here and see what the hub area looks like, the heart of Disneyland, with the hub and the castle and the Walt and Mickey statue. And from here you see what Walt's original idea was, that you would see all the lands from the central hub. And of course, the original lands, Main Street USA, Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, accessed through the castle, Frontierland, and Adventureland. And then later, that idea got thrown out the window a little bit because they opened New Orleans Square, Bear Country, or Indian Country there for a while. Now, Critter Country, and then Bayou Country. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Mickey's Toontown. All those things came later and kind of got tacked on. But the idea of Disneyland being so accessible with a central hub that you could quickly get from one place to another is really one of the most brilliant ideas ever in the theme park industry. Now, it's been used by many over the years, but I think one of the most clever adaptations of that idea is at Epic Universe, where the whole central part of the park actually runs from the front of the park to the back with fountains and carousels and things, but all the lands are accessed off of that Celestial Park area, which is really just a glorified hub, just like Disneyland, and it works really well. Some construction going on over here, Coke Corner, Candy Palace, but the establishments are still open. It's just the exterior that's being refurbished. I rarely stop and get a hot dog because they're so horrible for you, but lately, I don't know why. We've been eating a lot of them.
Because they're delicious.
They are delicious. You think they're better than the ones at Costco that are only $1.50 and include a Coca-Cola?
I don't know. The bargain really adds some flavor.
Eric loves a bargain.
I love
that bargain is delicious.
Yeah.
I love a Carnation Cafe.
Only thing I like better than a bargain is complimentary.
He likes a compliment. We go to a hotel and the first thing he asks them is the breakfast complimentary? So I've learned over the years that no matter how fancy a hotel is, if it doesn't have a complimentary breakfast, Eric isn't interested. Let's see if there's anything new. There's a sweater set over here. A little warm this season for that. Some cute things here right now. Very lacy, frilly looking, almost Dapper Day-ish type sweaters here. Even the jean jacket has that lacy look to it. This Loungefly here reminds me of Darth Vader, Eric. It just needs a lightsaber.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a sweater there with a sparkly D on it. Merch has been really cute lately in the parks. As they're gearing up for the end of Disneyland's 70th anniversary, some of the entertainment that came along with it will be glowing away. And sadly, one of those things is Paint the Night, which is going away in early August. And I'm going to miss it terribly. I really hope they decide to extend because Halloween time starts around then. But the parade is exclusive to Oogie Boogie Bash guests, and it's only over California Adventure.
We just saw the trailer for the new live-action Moana.
Yeah, what did you think?
I think it looks really good. I don't know about the Rock's wig.
That was his natural curls, Eric.
I don't believe it was a lace front.
You can see the lace front of his wig.
But otherwise, it looks really fantastic.
The Rock is really the common thread. A lot of it looks CGI to me, so it almost feels like an animated film because Hey is in there and Pua, but the live action characters like Moana and her grandmother and The Rock are still there. But The Rock's body also looks CGI'd, right?
It almost looked like he was wearing like prosthetic, and I don't
Well,
understand why.
very big and beefy looking, more so
Yeah.
than normal. Over here, this long line, the end of a long line is a pot of gold. And that pot of gold's name is Mickey Mouse. Everybody is waiting in line to see Mickey in his 70th anniversary suit. And here's the long line to meet Mickey. Not as long of a line to meet Goofy over there. It's a good thing I don't have kids. I would never wait in line like that. I would have some sort of an excuse. Hope you all have been having a good week. I have to tell you, I've been to Galaxy's Edge now 3 times since they added the new characters and music. I like it much, much better. And although these were the cheapest changes they could possibly make, just adding characters and dropping in some music that should have been there from the beginning,
Hopefully,
makes a big difference.
Well, hopefully the positive response will get them doing more.
I absolutely agree. And next month, actually later this month, we have The Mandalorian and Grogu coming.
I haven't seen this as many people that just hang out in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, more people are wanting to hang out because it feels now like their fandom.
I'm letting go.
Speaking of fandoms, Universal has had their Fan Fest going on this month, and it's really solid from what I understand. Exit, exit, exit. I should pay better attention, Eric. They have these digital signboards that point towards the exit, and it moves around during the day. So I assumed it was over to the right. It wasn't. It's my fault for not opening my eyes.
But there are only 2.
Bye. A little bit of a change at the front gate as well. They've added some facial recognition technology to the entry gate. So instead of there needing to be one cast member for every gate, there's now one cast member for every bank of gates. So generally that's 2 gates, 1 cast member. There are some exceptions to that. They have had some issues. Here's 1 cast member standing back behind those 2 gates there, for example. And when it works really, really well. When it doesn't, it does slow things down. Although I talked to somebody today who said they've gotten a few things fixed. One of the big problems that they had early on was if you took your photograph without sunglasses on and then came through the gate with sunglasses on, and or your hair color changed, or you took your photo a long time ago, couldn't always recognize it was you, and then it resulted in the gates getting blocked up and the cast member having to come over. And since they're also running a second line and need to keep an eye on that, causes a lot of stress and difficulty, but it's gotten a lot better. So there's still a problem for cast members during busy times to try and manage 2 gates. A lot of guests forget to make a park reservation, for example, or not everyone in their party has a park reservation, or they have day tickets and forgot to load them onto their phone and they're in email, and now they're standing there trying to find them. So a lot of that going on. Here we are standing at a long construction wall. This is the future home of Portos. Now, Eric, you've been to Portos with me a number of times. There's one over at Knott's Berry Farm. There was one on our way back home to Palm Springs. Delicious.
Delicious. And a California institution.
And it's going to be right here with kind of a revised menu. It will have a sit-down restaurant upstairs, a bar, and the terrace, and I'll show you a little bit of concept art here in a second. The terrace is going to have epic fireworks views. I do wonder how much longer these ticket booths are going to last, because they tore down the 2 booths that were on the other side of this construction wall. Gone. These booths are never used anymore, and instead, if you need help with tickets, Hello, hello, hello.
My mom. My mom's Rihanna.
Oh, well, yes, my
Yes,
gosh.
and-
Little Ashley, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm
I
gonna
ran over to
cry.
find you.
Of course,
We
I
were
know
stalking
you
on
since you
YouTube.
were a little itty bitty baby. And your mom's here. There she
Becca
is.
and me and Uncle Dan.
Oh my
And
gosh. You found me. You found me.
That's
Were
my
you
brother and my
chasing me
sister.
down?
Yeah, I ran through the entire park without.
And look at those incredible Haunted Mansion shirts you have. Oh my gosh, and I'm going
the treehouse.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Is it flipped? Yes.
No, you want to be, you're on it right now. What are you going to do? Are you going to entertain us?
He sings and dances.
Do you?
They sing and dance.
There's G2 who used to work for me in India.
Hello.
Way back in the day when I worked in India. I'm going to cry. Happy to see you. Oh my gosh. And Dan in your picnic shirt. Dan, 2 weeks in a row for you. You found me. You found me. Oh my gosh.
I ran from the treehouse all the way out here.
I am so happy to see you. You have no idea, but I feel ancient now because you were literally a tiny, tiny baby. I'm showing everybody, we're having this big family reunion here where I am in tears, but we're showing everybody the Porto's construction, and who's looking forward to that? Porto sandwiches, ropa vieja, great baked goods. Their coffee shop is amazing. Look, there's a performer right there. Look at me. Yes, look at me, look at me.
Ask him, watch this. He probably won't do it on camera. His favorite song is Feed the Birds. Every night. That's his favorite song.
So he performs Feed the Birds for
Every
you?
night.
Of course, that was Walt Disney's favorite song as well. Yes, and you had to run.
Yeah. I went to the shop looking for you and then I called
First
them.
we thought you were in the treehouse. We went there.
Look, I'm very happy, Dusty Sage, right now. We're having a family reunion. Rihanna, since the early days of the MiceChat and MiceAge meetups, Rihanna would join us, and she was confined to a wheelchair for those early days, and through the miracle of surgeries and therapies, she is now able to walk and has a whole family of her own now. I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to have you do us a favor.
What?
Will you sing Feed the Birds for us?
I will if my mom gives me $100.
If your mom gives you $100. I have...
Okay, good. I have it in my wallet.
Are you going to sing Feed the Birds for us?
Go for it. Feed. You sing it every night.
I put the kids on the spot. Are you going to do it for me? This is your chance to be famous.
No.
Millions and millions of people are watching right now.
She's on TikTok.
I have my own.
And you're on TikTok too? What's your...
I have my own YouTube channel.
You do? What's your
He
YouTube
does
channel?
have a YouTube channel.
Yes, I do, Mom. What's my YouTube channel?
I don't know. Grandma made it.
Grandma made you a YouTube channel?
Grandma has 21,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Grandma
Wait,
plays
I have
video games.
I think it's Tyler's World. I think it's
Wow.
So,
That is awesome. I love it. I love it.
I do
Well,
do
I'm
these.
going to wrap this up for everybody really quick because I have 4 minutes. So I'm going to... Hello, how are you?
Love your stuff.
Well, we love your stuff. So, folks, I'm going to take you really quick down here. Oh my gosh, this is truly, look at this. I can't stop for a second because all of my friends and family show up. I'm going to be ending the live right now, folks, because I have to give these people hugs and squeezes. But welcome back to Disneyland. How was the drive?
Good.
It was good? No incidences on the way? Okay. I'm going to turn this off in just a second, and I'm going to give you all hugs and squeezes. But with that, folks, I need to say good night because this is wild. I don't know what is going on here. So many friends and family, and that's really what it's all about for me. Disneyland is my home, and you're all part of that extended family, so thank you so much for following along and supporting us. We're here every Thursday at 5, and when I'm not around, then Mike is usually in Florida. We have those beautiful Monday updates for you every week with all sorts of news. We took you from the Autopia today with the rumors of electrification to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge and all of its characters and music, walked you through some construction and showed you what's coming soon in downtown around Disney. And then, of course, I ran into some incredible people that I'm going to hug and squeeze right now. Thank you all so much for joining us, and I'll be back with you again real soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.